I used to listen to radio shows. I can remember one of those, what do you call them? They give prizes away.
Oh yeah, the game shows.
Go game shows, yeah. They had one on, and if you won at the end, you got a box of Milky Ways. Can you imagine a box this big? And I would dream about that just like it was $1 million. Well, I remember the first radio my father had was about that long with dials all over it, and he had a big speaker on top of it. I can remember him trying to get the Jack Dempsey fight when he had some other guy with him there. And the radio was, he was going to all these dials. That's the way they operated, and he didn't have the prop aerial on the roof, I can remember him saying.
Would you sit around and listen to the radio at night?
Oh, yeah. We had all kinds of shows. There was one called Inner Sanctum Mysteries. And there was, they had Tom Mix on every night for 15 minutes, Dick Tracy. Those were like little detective shows that they have on today. But now they last an hour, and they were only 15 minutes. They had to do everything in 15 minutes. Yeah. They had soap operas too, you know, back then.
On the radio?
Mm-hmm. I remember I got so wrapped up in one, I had a sore throat and couldn't go to school Monday. And my mother figured I was pretty good by Tuesday. But I didn't want to miss that show, so I kept telling her my throat was still sore all week to see how that show came out. What was the name of it now? Brought to you by Tide or Rinso or something like that. Oxidol. Fibber McGee. That was a comedy show. If you wanted to hear it, everybody had to say it very quiet. Yeah. I remember one I heard. It was about people that were getting, the water was coming up on this island. They lived in a lighthouse. And they'd go up on one floor and shut the door, and then the rats would gnaw their way through. Then they'd go up another 4 or 5 feet and shut the trap door, and you could hear the rats squealing. And it was quite exciting. I forgot what happened when they got to the top, but they probably got saved by then. You know, a ball game, they could make it sound more interesting on the radio than it actually is. The announcer would get all excited. It was pretty interesting. It was quite exciting.